Hello, thank you for joining me in this workshop. Today, I want to talk about another subject and also help you release any kind of blocks you might have that are preventing you from reaching more success. And yes, I put a dollar sign in the S of success in the title because in the world we live in, success is also being represented by money. And even though many people don't want that and are refusing the idea that being successful is connected to money, well, we need to accept that people reward us with money and money help us to gain more success. But that's just the top layer that we can see and that people use to measure their success. There are other metrics that are in the scope of success that we need to see on a daily basis, because on a daily basis you might not be making money every day, but there are key factors that are bringing you towards success. So I want to take a moment here to just think about the word success in itself, because it's really often represented by the material things. And the material things are important because they show us that we have created something. We live in a material world. We need to accept that. And it can be translated through material things, but it can be also be more of a relationship thing. The word success has the same root as the word succession, because the idea of success is to follow through a path and keep on walking towards a goal on which there are milestones and achievements that are like the markers of the success that we could see. If you're looking at your career, you might be thinking, oh, what is the metrics of my success? If you're working in a job, I'm not generally working with people who work in a job, but I want to give that example because the income might be fixed, and you might have just like better position or like more responsibilities in your job, and that might be a marker of success. Like, oh, I used to have that amount of missions every month and I'm having more or whatever. It might be a good way to measure success. So success is really the following of a path and keeping going. And that's why trust is very important. Trust is important because you need to trust yourself to be walking on the right path and taking the right actions and talking with the right people. And the more we are making a mistake, the more we're refining that, the more we're learning where we have to go. And so the more we take action and the more we do things, the more we are leaning towards success, and success becomes easier. And there is another dimension that I see besides trusting yourself. It's also trusting others, because success is being recognized by other people. And so when people reach out to you or come to you, they're showing you that what you have done so far is worthy of following, right? But some people, like myself, have had some issues with other people during their careers. I had moments where I've been betrayed by people I've been working with, or I associated myself with the wrong people for the right success I wanted. So learning to trust people, I think, is very important in order to bring yourself to a higher level of success. And that's one of the angles I want to work on with you today, is trusting people. Because as long as you started something and you started an endeavor or a business or a venture, whatever, you trusted yourself enough to do it. And if you're watching this video and you're here, well, you trust yourself to be able to move forward. Because clearly, if you didn't want it to be successful, you would not be watching this video. So here's to your success. I'm having my tea here and warming my fingers. I want you to start thinking about what do you see as one of the goals you want to reach with your success, knowing that this goal might be just a milestone, that when you will reach that goal, there's going to be something else further along the way, you know? And through the way that you're reaching that goal might be changing and shaping itself in a different way. So for example, me, one of the goals that I'm seeing in the long term is really to be able to build a center, a place where I could teach people how to use altered state of mind, where they would be able to use ESP and develop their bodies and their mind to access more of their spiritual powers. Because I did grow up in a world where I was led to believe that it was not possible. And I did dream of being a Jedi when I was a kid. And learning that it is possible to learn things by yourself and move forwards, that's where we're able to find more success in your life. And so what I love to do with people is just really understand that success is something that's very natural to us. It would have been possible for the whole humanity to be still existing here, still alive, if we were not meant to be successful. And so you need to understand that if success is natural, the same way as the days are coming, how can we build the trust to that success when we feel like we're not able to be successful on a daily basis? So building that trust is really reconnecting to things that we feel natural. So I want to take an example here, which is the sun. I do believe that most people know that the sun will rise and set every day. It's clear that the sun comes every morning and leaves every day, and we can trust that. There is no doubt that the sun's gonna be there. The success of the sun, its following path, its rotation, it's always there, right? And yeah, I said rotation of the sun, but the rotation on the earth that creates the movement is gonna be there always. At least for as long as you're gonna be alive. And so that is something we trust. So you know what it is to feel trusting. It's something you don't even have to ask yourself, is it going to happen? This morning, I woke up and I didn't ask myself if the sun was going to just rise. You know, I knew it would rise, so I trust the sun. I don't even ask myself if there is a possibility it's not gonna happen. The sun is up, the sun is in the sky. I trust it. I don't have to ask myself. So now, when it comes to your own success, do you trust it 100%? Or do you have a little bit of doubt? And so, believe that you're gonna be successful, that's not what we need to work on. What we need to work on is a little bit of doubt. The little bit of, am I really gonna be successful? The same way as, is the sun really gonna rise this morning? It's not something you need to ask yourself. So why do you ask yourself, am I gonna be successful? Rather than just being in a situation of like, I will be successful. There is no doubt about it. So just take a moment here and ask yourself, what makes me doubt about it? Is there a reason for me not to be sure that I will be successful? And if there is one, that's okay. There might be two, there might be three. You don't need to worry about that, because what we're gonna do, we're gonna start tapping on our parts of the body, So if you don't know tapping, or it's called also EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique, it's something that I've been using for more than 2 years with a therapist, and I just really loved it. Then I really learned a lot with Brad Yates. You can find his YouTube channel. I recommend him. He's talking a lot about success, money, and a lot of other things. He has like hundreds of videos. There's at least 10 years, I don't know, maybe 10, maybe more years of videos he has been done. So there's a lot of content, very short videos, 10, 20 minutes. So I recommend him. He's very gentle. It goes with the acupuncture points, and it works magically. So think about that success that you want, that imminent success that you want right now. And what might be preventing you from having it? So for me, for example, it's been like more than a week I've been doing these videos, and I realized that I can trust myself from doing them. So is there something else in your life that you're doing on a regular basis that is bringing you closer to your goal? As I said, I want to teach to people how to access altered states of mind, and that's what I'm doing here. So I can trust myself to be successful. And I can trust myself that if I keep on doing this, at one point I will reach more people and I will get more successful in the terms I can measure it with more people, more money, or whatever. And I do really want to make a lot of money so I can build a place, this is something I want. So just think about your own metrics of success and the place you want to be in. What do you want to do with your success that you want to reach? Why do you want to reach that success? Start really like having a clearer idea about this. And if you have like some doubts, some difficulty, you can put it down in the comments. You can write down what is the things that you're wanting, or maybe why you're struggling with these ideas. And once that is done, just put a number on how likely do you believe it's gonna happen. I want to put a 9 on 10. 10 being highly likely, and 1 being unlikely to happen. So I'm putting a 9 because I really believe that if I keep on doing this, it's gonna happen. But there is one little belief that I know within myself I have a lot of things I need to learn, and this is the little one that I'm still doubting about myself. But I know that if I'm in front of someone and I want to convince them that what I'm doing is amazing, I need to be a 12 from 10. I need to believe it for myself and believe it for them. So here's the invitation for you to measure by your own terms. How do you feel about being successful? And what might be preventing you from that? And what number do you want to put on this? And here is to your success. Here is to the trust that you have to your success. So start tapping with me on this different part of the body I'm going to be tapping. And we're going to be just talking like this. Bringing some stuff up, some fears, some reason why it might not be safe to be successful. Some reason why you don't believe you deserve to be successful. And so, just let's acknowledge that if we're doing this, if I am doing this and you're doing this, you're not 100% sure that you're going to be successful. And that's also the fun part of life, saying that there might be reason why, there might be some things we don't know that will prevent us to be successful, which actually makes it a bit more interesting. Because if you remember the sun that is rising every day, I bet there are days you wake up and stay in your bed, you don't even realize that the sun is rising for you. And so not having that little stress might just get us to take things for granted. So maybe we could acknowledge that it's good not to be 100% sure we're going to be successful. But if it's like too much at not knowing that we're going to be successful, it might make things a bit worse, might be a bit difficult if you're not successful for too long, or if the goals you have put yourself feels too hard. If you really want to have these goals and feels like it's not possible, it might make you feel like depressed or unworthy. Or you might have like a lot of joy that you might be missing on. And so that is the point where not knowing how to be successful might be disturbing. And there might be a lot of other emotions that you cannot see, that are making you feel some pain. Emotion that keeps you in a state of failure because something happened in your life at one point that scared you, or maybe you created the belief that you don't have the right to be successful and that others have the right, they were born like this. And so what we want to do is really let go of that. Just accept that success is natural. The same way as the movement of the sun in the sky is natural. And we can trust things that are natural. And so, in that way, there is something that's not natural preventing us from being successful. And if it's not natural, it's not meant to be with us. So connect with the feeling that makes you uncomfortable to be successful. Because if something is very comfortable, it's easy and you get it. So what we want to do is be more comfortable about having the success that you want to have. And maybe it's not just about you. Maybe it's about other people also. Maybe in their eyes, you have a difficulty to be successful. Maybe you don't trust them. Maybe it's not you that you don't trust. Because hey, you're showing up here, so you can trust yourself. But what else can you not trust? You know that you can trust the sun. You know that you can trust gravity. You know that you can trust tea to be tea. You know you can trust the glass to be a glass. There's a lot of things that you can trust, that you know that are here. So just really this moment, make a separation between the things that you trust and the things that you don't trust. And then start, by doing this, start making a difference between what feels trusty and what doesn't feel trusty. And well, when I'm thinking about it, the thing that I trust, I kind of take them for granted. Like the table that is in front of me, I trust it to be solid. It's a table that I know since I'm a kid. It's been more than 30 years that it's there. And it's still there. So there are things that you can trust. And there are things that you don't trust. What is there in the things that you don't trust? When I'm thinking about it, the things that I don't trust is more because I don't really know them. And because I don't know them, I don't have the desire to move forward towards it, right? So in other words, there is a fear of the unknown in the things that we don't trust. And maybe we're projecting ideas on the things that we don't trust. Maybe we're projecting the idea that the things that we don't know are like the things we know that hurted us. Like maybe some people who betrayed us. Or maybe some moments where we tried something new and were unsuccessful. And these are moments where we got hurt. And that we know we don't want. So maybe you're not going for what you want because you're scared that what you want might be what you don't want. And so that's the moment where you need to ask yourself, do I really know the things that I want? Do I really know the people that I want to work with? Or do I know the people that I want to engage with? Or am I projecting onto them what I believe in and what I don't want? And that's the moment where you can ask yourself, is my lack of trust really grounded into something that's tangible? Or is just a fear that I have that something might come up that was the same as before and I don't want? And so that is a moment where you can take a break here and ask yourself, where am I positioned? Am I really rejecting that situation or that success because I know it's wrong, or because I do believe it's not gonna get me what I want? And that's where a lot of failure is happening that we can prevent. When we're projecting our fears onto some things and being like, hey, this is not what I want. And maybe that's actually just us being afraid. And that's totally okay. Because there's a moment we need to be afraid of some stuff, because that's part of life, And we need to be afraid of them because we have the right to acknowledge that at one point these things were scary. But do we need to be still afraid of them all the time? Or can we just accept that things will go by? And actually, we have so much more strength in ourselves. So much more trust can be made here. So much more trust can be found in ourselves into just doing the things day by day and just seeing, hey, by making one step every day, where does this lead me? And if we feel that one step is not stable, and if we feel that one step is not good, can we just take a step back and say, that's okay if I made a mistake because I know I don't have to do it again? Having the consciousness that actually making mistakes is getting us closer to success than not making them. And then accepting that the mistakes are part of the process. That pain actually is just a way to understand what we don't want. The same way as if you eat too much and your belly hurts because you have too much food in your belly, you know that this was not a good way to eat. Or the same way, if you are going to bed late often and then you just feel tired every day, well, you know you need more rest. And having that honesty and that consciousness that actually the mistakes were not so bad. They were just like helping us on the way. And maybe there are some people connected to these mistakes, or some situations that are connected to these mistakes. But then, is it so bad? I don't think so. I think that making mistakes is part of life. And having people who lead us to the wrong places might also be part of life. And who knows if these people really truly led you to a wrong place. Maybe these people actually gave you a big service and you took this as something wrong, but were not honest with yourself at that point. And so you kept that event as a bad thing that you don't want to have anymore. But you kept yourself into this position. Rather than accepting to let go of that situation and move forward. And really see within yourself and for yourself, what are the situations that I'm avoiding because I do judge them as negative? What are the kind of people I might be afraid of because I believe that these people have done something wrong? Maybe you knew they were doing something wrong, but you've let them do it because you didn't feel like you had the power to prevent them to do it. So just really like start looking at a situation and asking yourself, what are the things that I can change? What are the things that my experience told me these are wrong and I should change them? And how can I feel better about them if I really need to do them? Or how can I do them in a different way so I don't find the same trouble anymore? So just ask yourself there, what can I do different in the future? So the pains that I have hurted me and created a lot of trust in myself, in the situation, and the people would not happen the same way. You know, this is because there is not a situation or a person or something that is inherently wrong. There's just one event, one person that did something at one point to you that didn't work out. But maybe that same person in that same situation can work out if you take it with a different mindset of like, I don't know how it's gonna happen, but what I know is that I want this kind of result. You know, the same way as the first time you bake a cake and you don't know how to bake, you've never done that, or even different, you're making a roll cake. I don't know if you've ever done that, but the first time I made a roll cake, I didn't know how to do it, but I knew what kind of result I would get because I had roll cake, and then I learned how to do it. And I learned that you don't bake it, you don't use an oven, you use the freezer sometimes. And so I didn't know how to do it, but I knew what kind of results I wanted. So if you have an issue with the oven and like, oh, I burned myself with the oven, I don't want to bake cake, I don't want to make cake anymore, but you still want cake somehow. Same way as that you might have done something to be successful and it didn't work out, and you're like, oh, I want to be successful, but I don't want to talk with people anymore because people were not nice to me or whatever. Well, you can say, I want to be successful working with people. That's what I need. I know what I want. I don't know how to get there. So you just can start imagining or finding people who have done it in a different way. And that's all. start opening yourself to the possibility that you don't know the way it's gonna happen. But what you know is that by walking the path, you will get there where you want. So let's take a deep breath here. And let's go. That's right. And now I want you to see, how do you feel about being successful? It's your 7 number from 1 to 10. And notice how you feel better about it. I clearly feel a 10 on 10 today, right now, after the tapping we did together. And so I feel ready to get to a little bit of hypnosis here, a slight session here to dive into this and feel the path in front of ourselves that is unfolding. So I invite you to take a moment to feel your body and close your eyes. And start feeling the quality of the energy within yourself. And start feeling the quality of your presence within yourself. And as you're feeling the way your body is right now, just allow yourself to feel the inside of your being emerging and absorbing with you within yourself. And as you feel that you're shifting from this present moment to the vastness of your being, you start realizing that a pleasant sensation is emerging from within yourself. Noticing that this sensation is within yourself. This pleasant sensation is not coming from outside. You're just noticing it emerge from within yourself. Getting you to understand that your lack of trust that was coming from maybe fear or doubt could clearly be overwhelmed by this pleasant sensation, and you could easily overcome any fears by just accepting that within yourself there is enough pleasant sensations, enough love and pleasure to just feel good in every moment. And by feeling good, you have a better possibility to get towards an outcome that feels good, right? Because if the start of the process feels good, and you're able to maintain that positive feeling towards the process, well, you're more likely to be successful. Because as I mentioned in the beginning, being successful is not about just doing something one day. It's about the repetition, the succession of achievements. So if you're able to maintain a feel-good sensation day by day, and you can visualize a calendar and seeing this positive sensation hopping from one day to the other and getting you to feel good about doing these small steps and actions that are going to ultimately lead you towards your success. Not knowing how many steps you might have to be doing, but knowing that as long as you're doing one step after the other and you feel good during all of these steps, well, at one point you will reach the destination, because generally it's way easier to get towards what makes you feel good. And if actually being successful is just about the process itself and following the process step by step, well, feeling good at each step is being successful. And so now you can understand and realize and feel and sense that being successful is as easy as maintaining yourself into this feel-good situation. And that sensation of feeling good, you can bring it into every action that you're doing. And the more you're bringing that feel-good sensation, the better the result will be. because other people will want to feel good the same ways as you do. And so, as you're feeling good right now, just start observing this maintaining of that feel good sensation and start seeing a beautiful way made of gold in front of you that is directly bringing you to that goal, and just see yourself moving with ease as if you were levitating towards your success, as if all the efforts were removed, as if you were just simply going with ease towards what is the success that you want. And then the success itself isn't so important because it's just a marker for you to know that you are moving forward. Something that you can track in order to be able to say to others, well, that is where I am on my journey. And whether you measure that evolution of that journey with money, with the amount of people that you're helping, with the amount of hours that you're spending, it doesn't matter. All that matters is that you keep on counting. And as you keep on counting, new things will happen, new things that you can count on. And you realize that the things that you can count on have been created by yourself. And as you're the one creating these things that you can count on, you learn that you can count on yourself. And as you can count on yourself, you feel that you can trust yourself. And if you can trust yourself, if you have that trust within yourself, you can transmit that trust to others. The same way as you feel that you can transmit trust to others, you can see that they can go along the way with you. And if they're able to go along the way with you, they will help you multiply your success by their numbers. And that gives you a feeling of lightness and realize that there is a lot of power within yourself, an ability to expand your being, to expand your action, your desires, and reach even more success, more milestones that are not on the way you are on, but besides the way you are on, as if being successful on the way that you are generated side quests by themselves and made them successful, and realize that your success is multiplied by the success of others, which makes you realize that the more you help others to be successful, the more you are making yourself successful, because you're feeling that the more people around you are successful, the more there is a wave of success taking you on which you can ride, and you start feeling, sensing, noticing that on your daily basis that wave of success is with you and it is within you. You are generating and you're part of it. And the more you generate it, the more people will connect to you, and the more people connect to you, the greater your success will be, and the greater you will feel it's going by itself. So take that situation, that feeling, and notice the practical actions that you will be doing, bringing that success into motion in your daily basis. And when you are ready, come back to this moment while keeping this emotion with you. And that's right. It's as simple as that, feeling that forward movement, helping you to get towards your success. Beautiful. Now keep that emotion of success. Make it go forward with yourself. I just want to remind you that if you want to work one-on-one with me, it's totally possible. I will help you move forward within your own desire of success, making more money, more connection, more of what you want. If you're an entrepreneur, I have a pack of hypnosis that go way deeper than the one we've been doing right now. And these are for entrepreneurs wanting to get better at sales, be more consistent, have that discipline, be better at communicating, attracting clients and wealth, all that you need to make your business thrive. So if you want to have access to them, just let me know and I will send them to you. Also, for people watching on YouTube, there's a lot of content on my channel that you can use for free. And I will be doing this twice a week. So come back to my channel for more. And I wish you to have a very good day. And I'll see you on the next video. Oh, it's 11:11 here in Europe. So I feel very blessed to end this live right now.